everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Goat Debate podcast. I was going to say podcast. Welcome to the Goat Debate podcast. It's episode 27. Is that right? 27. Episode 27 of the Goat Debate. It's Meech. It's Dares. We're here with you. Uh, had a little technical difficulties for those that are watching live and looking for us at 9 p.m. Eastern, but it's 9:28. We're here and we're simulcasting today like everywhere. That was kind of why we were trying to get this whole setup going. And by we, I mean Darius. I don't want to take any credit for anything I haven't done. But we are can you hear me? I'm back, man. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. I don't yeah. Well, it's telling me my connection is a bit unstable. So I don't know. I don't know. There you go. Right now we wait to episode 27. All of a sudden we're tripping. I'm supposed to have like these epic speeds. I'm supposed to have this really fast internet, and it's trash. What am I paying for? So, um, but yeah, are we still live on all the? Okay, well, I don't know what the last thing people heard, but it's episode 27. It's the GOAT debate. It's Beach. It's Darius. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. So we want to thank you guys that are joining us live. Those that will be listening to the podcast later, we appreciate the love and support. And let's get into it, man. We're having some technical difficulties, but we're going to keep it moving here. It's the holiday season. We just wrapped up Thanksgiving last week, and hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know 2020 has been difficult for many of us with COVID, with the pandemic and everything going on, not being able really to connect with your family and friends. And so we definitely hope that to the best of your ability, you enjoy the holiday with those in your immediate homes. But we want to bring some holiday cheer to you in the month of December here on the GOAT debate. And so we're going to start off, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but we're going to start off a series of episodes here that have tie ins to the holiday season. And we'll do that for the episodes that we're doing this month. And tonight, since we just wrapped up Thanksgiving, a lot of us ate a ton. We watched really bad football, especially if you're a Detroit Lions fan. Um, and you were just stuffed. But a good meal has to be capped off on the holiday with a great dessert. And so tonight on episode 27 of the GOAT Debate podcast, we're going to debate the best holiday desserts. Darius, you look like a man who likes dessert. I just, I'm sorry. Listen, I love dessert. I love dessert. Listen, hey, I love dessert. No, that's not what I was implying at all. I'm just saying, you know. Who doesn't like dessert, right? All right. How are you feeling about tonight's episode? I know I feel some type of way about some of these selections, but we're going to discuss it. We're going to get into it. But how are you feeling about the best holiday desserts? Mhm. All right, man. Well, as we always do on each episode of the Go Debate podcast, before we count down our best holiday desserts from 5 to 1, we like to talk about a couple of honorable mentions. We call it the first two out. Desserts, in this case, that got a lot of votes, didn't quite make the top 5, which we're going to get into because I feel personally it's a travesty. But let's start with the first dessert, okay? First honorable mention tonight is one of my personal favorites. A lot of these desserts we're gonna find originated in the South. I'm a Midwesterner. Darius is a Southerner. Still lives in the South. I still live in the Midwest, but what you find is with most of us, especially of the African American persuasion, a lot of our grandparents, great grandparents, especially us that live in the Midwest, live up north, they kind of migrated from the South. So a lot of those Southern delicacies, Southern treats, you know, we got those growing up, especially if you spent any considerable time with grandparents, which a lot of us did, of course, during the holidays. So this first dessert tonight, honorable mention. Listen, it can be made a variety of ways, but the main ingredient is always the same. It's bananas. And our first honorable mention for best holiday desserts tonight is banana pudding. Banana pudding, listen, you're shaking your head. Can't go wrong with banana pudding, Darius. Um, did you know that banana pudding actually first came on the scene back in the 1800s? This is a dessert that has stood the test of time. Has been around for literally centuries. Banana pudding. Um, they have an annual festival. The National Banana Pudding Festival is held in Centerville River Park in Centerville, Tennessee. It is a 2-day event, the first weekend in October. Banana pudding is delicious, man. And I'm not a huge banana fan per se, but I never turn down banana pudding. And listen, there's a version of it now. So your traditional banana puddings usually, I remember growing up, there's always some type of cookie or some type of wafer, some type of, crisp to the banana pudding, and that usually comes from like a vanilla wafer, right? But recently, over the last, I would say 5 to 10 years, maybe even longer, my wife actually makes, and some other people probably listening have probably made it or had this version. It's actually called Not Yo Mama's Banana Pudding. It's a Paula Deen recipe. If we can we say Paula Deen? Can we talk about Paula Deen? Or if she can, so listen. I like Paula Deen. I mean, she jacked up, but she makes some good recipes. And the banana pudding consists of, instead of vanilla wafers, they consist of Petridge Farm Chessman cookies, which are delicious. And it takes the banana pudding to a whole new level. Darius, you're shaking your head as I'm talking about the greatness of banana pudding. It did not make the top 5. I feel like it should have. You're shaking your head. Why?
Okay, first I need to make sure that folks can hear me. James is telling me that in the chat that I'm not heard, and I don't know if you did this to me on purpose or um,
I,
what.
I, I had to mute the ignorance tonight.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm waiting for a response from James to see if my mic is working
Okay.
before I inform you of why this is the worst decision of all time.
The worst
Uh,
decision? The worst?
okay, James is giving me the thumbs up so I can continue on. Listen, my wife reminds me of this story early on in our relationship. We've been married for a minute now, but before.
How many minutes approximately?
See,
No,
well,
no, I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
yeah,
No, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. Oh, she's listening. You're in big trouble, buddy.
listen, I know the year was '07, right? I just can't do math.
Oh, okay.
You know,
You and I got married in the same year.
did we? All
Yeah,
right.
I got married in '07 also.
April.
So if you want to do the math, I mean, depending on what month, unless you got married, unless your anniversary is after today, you should be in year 13.
All right. So, like I was saying, I'm in year 13, right? 13 glorious years, right? But before we got to all 13 years, my wife, she tried to do something a little special for me real early in the relationship. She's like, all right, he's going to come over after hard days of work. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna hook him up with one of his most favorite desserts of all time. And so I entered the door. She had a great look on her face. She was excited. She's done this, accomplished this great thing, and she lets me know she cooks one of my most favorite desserts of all time. And I'm like, or side, or however you want to put it. And I was like, yes, please bring it to me. She brings me this big old dish, and I take the tinfoil off, and what is in it but banana pudding? Banana pudding. I requested bread pudding. Somehow she heard banana pudding.
Banana pudding sounds like love. Bread pudding sounds like hate.
What?
Oh my god. Bread pudding?
Oh man, yes. Bread pudding's delicious, and I'm getting some
Oh my god.
evil
No,
daggers
not.
in my back for telling this story, but it's
No,
okay.
it's not.
Banana pudding. Look, I don't eat bananas. I don't eat banana pudding. Please keep that off my holiday counter, okay? Get it off. That goes. You slide that off right into the trash can to make room for something better. No, no to banana pudding. No, 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 no.
Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me.
Listen.
Like I said, I'm not a huge banana fan, but you got that crispy wafer with the Jello vanilla pudding, and I could do without I could do without the bananas. I mean, I actually eat banana pudding without bananas, but it's there, so I eat it. But come on, man, banana pudding is actually is wonderful, man. It is a wonderful dessert, and again, like I said, originated in the South. Has had many updates to the recipe that originated back in the 1800s, but it is an icon. Listen,
All right,
according
Claire.
to SeriousEats.com, it is an icon of the South when you're talking about desserts. But yeah, man, banana pudding, our first honorable mention tonight. I think we lost Darius. I'm not sure. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear me still. But I think Darius stepped away, or maybe is having still some technical difficulties. We apologize. As we are trying to broaden our horizons here on the Go Debate and broadcast live on multiple platforms. So traditionally, we use another platform to do that. We're using Zoom today, which gives the ability to kind of broadcast on multiple platforms. As I said, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're on Twitch right now live. If you guys are tuning in, and so moving on to the second honorable mention tonight, as we talk about the best holiday desserts. Again,
when you look at the desserts that didn't make the list, you probably are going to wonder like what the heck did make the list. And one of those desserts, our second honorable mention tonight, which I am really surprised did not make the list. It's another dessert that actually originated at least in the United States back in the 1800s. It was actually kind of created by mistake. It was supposed to be a version of peach pie, and what ended up happening, I guess, was the recipe or something didn't go right, and the peach pie was cobbled together, and thus peach cobbler came on the scene and actually became a permanent fixture. Again, another dessert that kind of gained popularity in the South. Now, of course, you see this as a dessert served on holidays. In many homes, I know growing up, peach cobbler was always kind of a dessert staple on holidays in my house, or at least in my grandmother's home. And peach cobbler is another one of those desserts that are just great. You got the peach, you got the crust, which, man, my grandmother would make the crust with the, oh my God, man, listen, it's taking me back to my childhood, man, and making me feel really good. Peach cobbler, our second honorable mention. How peach cobbler or banana pudding did not make the top 5 is beyond me. I can't believe it, Darius. It's your fault too, as always. But tell me why you don't like peach cobbler. You don't like banana pudding. And now, but you like bread pudding, which is disgusting.
What?
And now you're going to tell me that you don't like peach cobbler.
That's correct. You're absolutely 100.
No surprise.
Usually you're not right very often, but man, you're on the money tonight. Disgusting. I mean, listen,
disgusting.
It's just okay. Not disgusting's harsh. That's a little hard.
Very harsh.
It's just okay. Like I've never gone to any restaurant and said after my meal I would like some, I don't know, do you serve it with ice cream? I don't know, like what do you do with peach cobbler?
You do. Okay. All the above. Yes.
I just don't know what to do with it. Peaches are good. I'll eat a peach in its natural form, but no, I don't want it in a pie form. Keep that. There's other pies that are way more delicious. I would probably take a cherry pie over a peach pie or cobbler or.
No, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Cherry pie is not good.
What? It's not. It's not even worse than peach pie or cobbler or.
Okay, peach pie and cobbler are not the same. I just explained it to you when I gave you a brief history of peach cobbler.
Listen.
Peach pie, peach cobbler, not the same.
I mean, they're both trash. I mean, what do you want me to say, Stokes?
Listen. Now, I know some people do not like warmed fruit. I've heard that argument for why people, and that goes to a lot of different pies, fruit pies, cobblers, things of that nature. Some people don't like their fruit to be, like, warm. But listen. You take the peach cobbler, put it in the microwave, get it a little warm, and you put some vanilla ice cream on top of that thing, and listen, you have an absolute delicacy. You have an absolutely delicious dessert. Peach cobbler is... Man, wait a minute, man. Where did you grow up, man? I mean, you're from the South. Did you not... Nobody in your circle cook peach cobbler?
Listen, not only did I grow up in the South, but I grew up in the state that is the #1 exporter of peaches, which is South Carolina, not Georgia, but South Carolina.
Oh wow, okay.
is the number
Huh.
one exporter of peaches. You know why? Because we get them the frick out of our state.
You said you get what?
We get them out of our state. They're gone.
Oh.
We ship them out
And
to
clearly you
bums.
export them all to Georgia, since Georgia is the peach state.
Yes. They like to do a lot of things that we do
The
in South
peach
Carolina.
state by way of South Carolina.
Yep.
Wow, come on, man. Peach cobbler is great. And James is saying you and him are on the same wavelength. But no, you're not. When we get to this top 5 ranking, you're going to see why you're not on the same wavelength, Mister. You don't like warm fruit. I'm talking about James, not you.
I was like, huh?
Because he has a comment here where he says, I don't like warm fruit.
Whoa.
Well, that's not what you're saying. You're just saying you don't like peach cobbler.
That's right.
Which, and of course, is always you're wrong. So, our honorable mentions tonight: peach cobbler, banana pudding, 2 desserts that very well should be in the top 5. Listen, and just for context, let's listen. Peach cobbler. Do you know where the tribe ranked at in our polling this week?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at 72.
Number 3. Banana pudding. Do you know where the tribe ranked banana pudding in our polling this week?
70?
Number 4. Both desserts made the tribe's top 5 because the tribe knows good desserts. Darius Brown does not. Darius Brown, in fact, segue, knows bad desserts, which leads us into number 5 on our list of the greatest or the best holiday desserts. Shane says, that sounds X-rated. You talking about peach cobbler?
Maybe the warm fruit?
Or warm fruit? Clarify for us in the chat room, Shane. I mean, you know. But,
Listen, everybody is on my side. Shane also says those 2 desserts are trash. And I agree. James is doing throw up emojis. Guys, you got to get in the chat room so you can see all this. But yes, it's definitely not good stuff.
So 2 people in the chat are on your side.
Right.
The tribe, the voters. Well, I mean, and 2 of these people are members of the tribe.
That's right.
But everyone else except these 2 guys voted these desserts in the top 5.
Guys, you gotta get in the chat room so you can see all this.
Our top 5 desserts, according to the tribe. All right. So now, let's get into number 5 because I have major issues with number 5. Where do I start? So, coming in at number 5 on our list of holiday desserts is homemade Chex Mix. Homemade Chex Mix. I don't even have words, man. Listen. First of all, Chex Mix is not a dessert.
What?
Who eats Chex Mix for dessert? Unless you get like the turtle flavor or something like that. Chex Mix, yes. Shane says, Chex Mix? Question mark? Yes. Chex Mix made the top 5 solely because Darius actually had this as like his first or second favorite holiday dessert. Chex Mix. Oh, as quickly as everybody was on your side, now everybody has turned on you. James says, WTF. And then Shane says, the heck is the tribe on? The tribe isn't on anything, Shane. The tribe, no one in the tribe voted for Chex Mix. It only made the composite ranking because Darius had it number 2 on his list. And when you went into average, of course, your brother Devin loves Chex Mix. Birds of a feather flock together. Listen, I'm not trying to poop on Chex Mix. I want to say something else. I'm not trying to poop on Chex Mix. Chex Mix is okay, but it is a dessert. Yes, I'll give you the floor. I've been babbling on. It's a travesty that Chex Mix made this list because Chex Mix isn't a dessert. It's like a snack, like a pre-meal snack appetizer thing.
What are you babbling about? A snack? Listen, it of course you get a big old bowl of it, right? You got your Chex cereal, your different flavors. You can make it you can make it kind of spicy if you want with the extra Worcestershire sauce. You can make it sweet with cinnamon and sugar. What?
Let me ask, have you ever ate, I don't know, have you ever had spicy cobbler, spicy pudding, spicy cake? No! You said you can make, nothing spicy is a dessert, I don't
What?
think.
Okay, what about all the the sriracha craze and the hot chip craze?
Chips aren't dessert, Darius.
What are you talking? What is a dessert?
Chips is a snack. It is not a dessert. Desserts are generally like sweet.
What?
Chex Mix is
Okay,
a snack.
listen. It's a snack if you only eat a small amount, but when I get a bowl of it, okay? I get a huge bowl and I'm just listen, the volume, the size of my Chex Mix, it definitely outweighs a slice of nasty apple or nasty peach cobbler or pie. The volume of Chex Mix, you can't tell me. I mean, if you want it sweet, we make sweet versions with honey and powdered sugar. We also do a version with chocolate. Oh man, there's so many different ways you can go with it. Let's see, I know y'all are a little bit basic with it. You're talking about having it at a Super Bowl party. Sure, you can. You can have the leftovers because you make so much and it's so delicious and you're eating it for days on end. Listen, it is one of the top 5 snacks. That's why it belongs here. It should be higher on the list.
Did you just say it's one of the top 5
Snacks and desserts. A snack is a form of dessert.
Oh, no, it's not. A snack and
It's
a
under
dessert
the
is
umbrella
not
of
the same
dessert.
thing. A snack and a dessert is not, they are not the same.
It's under the umbrella
Oh my
of
God.
desserts.
Listen, I'm not sitting at the Thanksgiving table or the Christmas table after eating, some turkey or some ham or some chicken or some dressing, some mac and cheese, and I'm like, oh man, that food was so good. You know what? I think I'm gonna have some Chex Mix. No, I'm like, where's the cake? Where's the pie? Where's the banana pudding? Where's the peach cobbler? I'm not saying where's the Chex Mix.
What?
No.
Why am I not?
I might pre-game with some Chex Mix, but I'm not post-gaming with Chex Mix. Chex Mix is not something you eat after a hearty meal. As James said in the chat room, finally he has some sense. Desserts are sweet. Now I know you're saying Chex Mix can be sweet. For a minute I was on the little when you buy not the homemade Chex Mix, but like the store bought, they have like the turtle flavor, the chocolate flavor, and those are sweet. But again, still a snack. I mean, candy bars are sweet, but they are considered snacks. I mean, I'm not about to be like, give me a Snickers for dessert, right?
Well, you could if you want a light
I
dessert.
Guess you could.
You absolutely could.
But listen, we've done 27 of these.
Yes.
And half of these episodes, there's something that gets on the list that baffles me. And Chex Mix might be at the top where we're talking about desserts. Chex Mix is not a dessert. It doesn't deserve to be on this list.
So you're saying there's meats, there's vegetables, there's snacks, and then there's desserts. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying.
So it's all alone. Snacks are all in this brand new category equivalent to meats. That's what you're telling me.
Okay, listen. I guess you could say, in some instances, I might say, hey, I'm going to have a late night snack. And you might eat a cookie.
Or a slice of pie.
Or you might eat some ice cream. Or, you know, you might even, like you said, you might eat a slice of pie. But Chex Mix, even at its origin, is not even sweet. Like traditional Chex Mix is like pretzels and the actual dry, just nasty, tastes like nothing Chex cereal. Those little crispy things that look like baby toast that you put in there. What is that? What?
I don't put that in. That doesn't go in mine.
You don't use baby. You don't put baby toast in your Chex Mix.
Absolutely not. That
is not official Chex Mix. If you're not putting baby toast in your Chex Mix, it's not Chex
That's
Mix.
the worst part. That and the mini breadsticks. Come on, what is that? Get those both out of there. No, it's different forms of.
So what are you? So what? It's okay. All right. So take me. I'm gonna. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Take me to the Brown household. On now, who makes this? Does the wife make this, or is this a Brown family tradition pre-marriage?
Oh yeah, this is a
lot. So can I bet $100 your wife don't like no Chex Mix for dessert.
Listen, when the aroma hits the air, everybody gets excited for the Chex Mix. Okay, believe that, okay. Brother.
So take me to the Brown household, and give me the ingredients of this holiday tradition, holiday dessert.
Yes.
Dessert.
Woo!
Known as homemade Chex Mix.
Right. So it starts, of course, with the Chex Mix. Right. You got your wheats, your rice. Depending on you can get your honey, depending if you want it sweet or not. And the dark ones, which we don't know what they're called, but they're that's the one that soaks up all the Worcestershire sauce. So those are the ones are the spiciest. So if you want to go spicy, you go that route, and then you add in peanuts. I usually use salted peanuts, and then I do honey roasted peanuts in there, and then you gotta have your M&Ms. So and then you put that in with butter, some seasoned salt, some Worcestershire sauce. You mix that all up. You do that for about an hour, and you're good to go. If you want to go sweet to make it more even more dessert-like, then you'll do it a sweet version where I get those same ingredients, but I add M&Ms in there as well. So you throw your M&Ms in after it's cooked so they don't melt, right? After they cool. But I drizzle honey all over it. Some if we're doing a powdered sugar version, we'll do I do sugar and powdered sugar. It's extra crippling to your body, and you bake that, let it cool, then add your M&Ms after it cools, and it's just delicious. It's just plain delicious. And listen, sometimes I'll skip a meal just to have a larger bowl of because I want to get a bag of the sweet and a bag of the salty. So you got to mix it up with both. So it's heaven. Listen, I'm going to the grocery store. Publix, get it ready. I'm coming. I need all the boxes. I'm ready to go. It's deliciousness. I might leave this podcast right now and go get some.
Well, I'm sure nothing will be sold out because, well, maybe, like I said, I know people make Chex Mix for the holidays, but not as a dessert. So you got support from Trang in the chat room. He
That's
says,
right.
What about when they make that sweet Chex Mix? And then he posted a recipe. So if anybody is interested in making a non-dessert, there is a Chex Mix recipe in the chat room. We appreciate it.
That's from Trong. That's Trong. And
Trong, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry I mispronounced your name there.
That's all right. She'll hate you forever. It's cool.
I'm sorry, Tron. I didn't mean to do that. Don't come for me, please. Um, James says he guess he will put Worcestershire sauce on. I probably said that wrong too.
I can't say
On
it.
ice cream, since we're saying it's a you're putting it on Chex Mix, and that's a dessert. It's,
Okay.
it doesn't qualify. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it's on the list because you have pool. It's half your show, so it's on the list because of that. But
I don't know, man. I don't know.
and Devin loves it. He's got preach in all caps. But I mean, you guys grew up literally in the same household, so I don't. His vote holds in no weight at all. Trong has more credibility here than he does because she's not related to you in any form or fashion, or is she? Is she your cousin? And and she's here
She is not.
to support your Chex Mix
Listen, she's just another smart individual. That's all there is to it. Smart people enjoy Chex Mix.
Okay, well, listen. I think we
That's science.
have established that Chex Mix is okay. I mean, but it's not a dessert. But it's number 5 on our list tonight as we count down the best holiday desserts. Now, coming in at number 4 um, is a dessert that, again, ranks very high on Darius's list. I'm laughing because I hurt Devin's feelings. Apparently, I said he has no credibility. He didn't like that. I'm sorry, Devin. I mean, you're my boy and all. You cool. I apologize. But coming in at number 4 on our list tonight is probably a dessert that's a little more deserving. Not one of my personal favorites, but top 5 in votes with the tribe came in at number 5. I did not rank it in my top 5, but you ranked it as your favorite holiday dessert. Now, we've heard the term or the phrase as American as apple pie, right? We've heard that. And coming in at number 4, I guess we can go ahead and let the cat out the bag. It is apple pie. Apple pie comes in at number 4 on our list of best holiday desserts. But as I was saying, we've heard the term as American as apple pie. But apple pie actually did not originate in America. So it's funny that phrase, you hear that a lot. And there's a movie, American Pie, but apple pie actually originated in England. Again, another dessert that was introduced or on the scene in the I'm sorry, I take that back. The 1500s. Apple pie goes back to 1500s. Recipes for Dutch apple pie go back to the Middle Ages. There's an early Dutch language cookbook from the year 1514 that actually has a Dutch apple pie recipe. You can make apple pie, of course, in a variety of styles. As I mentioned, you can make it Dutch, you can make it French, you can make it Swedish, and we see various versions of that in these here United States of America. But Darius, I'll let you talk a little bit more about apple pie. Listen, apple pie is good, kind of like peach cobbler. I do like my apple pie with some vanilla ice cream, but not one of my favorites. Not like all time favorite. Like, it's not a top 5 dessert for me. It's good, but it's your personal favorite. So I'll let you talk a little bit about the deliciousness that you feel apple pie brings to the holiday season.
Well, the English may have invented it, but the Dutch definitely perfected it. You get yourself a Dutch apple pie with the crumble on top, nice and warm out the oven, or listen, I'll take it right out the fridge, nice and cool as well. And listen, it works either way. That's why it's a great dessert. You can have it right after your meal or late at night when you've already had 2-3 servings and you need something else. You top it off with a cool slice of apple pie. I mean, it's just delicious, Stokes. How is it
Said
not?
cool?
Yeah, like you take it out of the fridge
No, I eat my apple pie warm.
all the time.
Yes, or at least I usually again it's that whole element. It's the whole element of the warm and cold. Just like with cobbler, like peach cobbler, I like to put it in the microwave, get it a little warm,
Okay.
put some vanilla ice cream on top. The
I'm,
warm cold dynamic, I like that.
I'm not mad at that because it's great. It's great warm. But I'm just saying, cold is good too. Those apples cold, delicious, delicious, delicious. So I mean, you can't go wrong with that. James says it's better cool. Um, so it's a win-win no matter how you're being served up. And you can't say that about a lot of things, like peach cobbler.
Actually, you can't. Peach cobbler. Again, peach cobbler is just collapsed pie, basically. Basically, but yeah, man, apple pie, obviously, kind of considered, an unofficial kind of comfort food. Like I said, in America, you got the term as American as apple pie. So apple pie is, is it America's dessert? Maybe, based on that whole phrase. I mean, are the Cowboys America's team? Some people think so. But, apple pie you know, is a staple. Like my grandmother made apple pie, and it was really good. She used Granny Smith apples, which kind of gave it a little, because obviously, different the taste and the tartness of different apples and things of that nature. The Granny Smiths gave it an interesting kind of, with the sweet sour thing going on with the crust and the powdered sugar, or I'm sorry, powdered sugar and things like that on there. But I don't know, man. I just, like I said, she made it. Did she make it every holiday? Probably at least one of the two major ones. If she didn't make it Thanksgiving, she made it Christmas. A lot of other times, though, most of the apple pie experiences I've had have been store bought. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I haven't had, like, bad store bought apple pie. I mean, they all kind of taste the same to me. I mean, even McDonald's apple pies are not bad.
That's a good dessert, no matter where you get it. Even though you get it from McDonald's, right. It's solid.
Yeah, I guess. And that's just it. It doesn't excite me. It's like you said, it's a solid dessert. Can't go wrong with it, but doesn't blow me away either. So there it is. So apple pie. Something else we stole from England. No, I'm kidding. Coming in at number 4 on our list of the best holiday desserts. Now, coming in at number. Actually, there is no number 3 tonight. We had a tie at number 2, and so we got a number of different varieties of this dessert. So we kind of just lumped it together into one, and then we'll kind of maybe talk about some individual favorites. But listen, one of the I guess hallmarks of the Christmas holiday is I guess depending on the reasons that you celebrated. My hallmarks are more rooted in the faith side of it, but the kids like Santa Claus and things of that nature. And Santa's favorite food is what? Is cookies, man.
Yeah.
Santa Claus loves cookies. I love cookies. And so coming in at a tie for second place tonight are cookies.
Yes.
And listen, there were a variety of cookies that got votes from the tribe, from you, from me. Now listen, my favorite all-time cookie is probably chocolate chip. I'm a big chocolate chip cookie fan. But at Christmas time, I usually kind of I like more of the sugar cookie. Um, the Courtney, one of our tribe members, voted for the Royal Danzig cookie.
What is that? I know he went to
Man,
chef school and all that.
you don't know what those are.
I don't know what that. I've never heard of that.
The butter cookies that come in like the blue tin. They come in like the blue tin.
Wait,
And you,
say it again. Let me look it up.
don't you make that face.
Royal dog food. What'd you call it?
I may be mispronouncing it, but it's spelled Dansk. It's Dutch. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's Dutch, but
oh my goodness! Really?
what?
The most basic cookie.
Have you ever had those cookies?
Yes, they are the worst. Like when
What?
you bring
Are
it.
you out of your
People
mind?
always bring that to the office because somebody's gifted it to them
No,
and they don't want it anymore.
no, somebody brings it to the office because they want to spread holiday cheer to their coworkers because those cookies are the bomb. You got the little pretzel looking cookie with the sugar sprinkles on it. Those butter cookies are what is wrong? Your take on desserts is terrible. Oh, the same man who put Chex Mix on
Yes.
this as a dessert is trying to tell me the Royal Danzig cookies are bad?
They are. That's like the most basic, low level, non
It's not
flavor
Now,
full.
there are fake versions of those cookies that you might be able to buy from like
A homeless person.
from grocery stores and things like that, and they don't taste quite the same. But the actual Royal Danzig are excellent. Now, moving on. Thank you, Tron, in the chat room. Posted a
Yes.
Amazon link. I'm gonna click that link and buy me a couple of tins
Ugh.
after we do the show tonight.
There'll be plenty for you to get.
I need those in my life.
That's like
Those
dog biscuits.
Good, man.
Dog biscuits.
Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
Listen, Trong,
I
she
need Courtney in the chat to back me up here. And those cookies are so good. Now, but you put Snickerdoodle.
Yes, and Trong, oddly enough, she put it in the chat as well. Listen, back in the day, growing up, my grandmother would send 2 boxes, one that had her presents in it, and the other one were cookies that she baked. And I look for the cookies more than the presents, and that's how good they were. And Snickerdoodles were on there. I mean, chocolate chip, of course. Just a regular with sugar cookie with icing, but so many delicious variations of cookies. She did not waste her time to buy a tin of that royal dog food that you try to serve, but the delicious home baked cookies. Oh man, I long for those days. Those are some of the flavors of cookies that I love.
I mean, Snickerdoodle. Listen, Snickerdoodle cookies are good. You know what else is a good holiday cookie? And this might be off. Some people might say they don't get down with this. I don't know if anybody else grew up or had cookies baked like this, but I remember baking cookies. Oh, thank you. Tron supports me on the Danzig cookies. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support. The cookies are delicious. Thank you for the Amazon link. I swear to you, I am ordering when the show is over. But I used to bake cookies with my godmother, and you would not think this, but we would bake sugar cookies, and when we would put like peppermints in the middle of the cookie, and then like bake the cookie, and those things were like delicious. You would never think that like putting a peppermint in the middle of a sugar cookie would be good, but those things were tasty. Those those are some of the holiday baking memories that I have. Peanut butter cookies are great, at Christmas time. Now I'm a parent, I know we're both parents. I've gotten lazy. I just buy the store bought sugar cookies and we bake them for Santa. The ones that have like Rudolph already
Right.
on them, or a Christmas tree, or an elf, or whatever, and that we just, it's just too much stuff going on to like sit down and bake cookies. Yes,
Oh,
with the espresso, royal dancing with the espresso, or with some oh my god, with some coffee. Listen, me and Tron are gonna do a whole episode about these cookies, and just I'm gonna put you out the show, and we're gonna do a whole episode. But yeah, man, variety. I'm a cookie connoisseur, man. So,
have you ever had? I see now. This worries me now in 2020. I don't know if this is politically correct, but we're about to get canceled for this one. But Chinese New Year cookies. I'm sure the Chinese probably don't make this. I'm sure this is an American thing. But have you ever had Chinese New Year cookies?
I have not, and I don't know. I have not. No.
It's like I guess it's chow mein noodles. It's like the dry noodles. Um,
It's not like a fortune cookie, is it?
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
They're chow. I'm pretty sure they're chow mein noodles. They're dry noodles, um, and you basically have melted chocolate over them, and then you put them in the
I have had those before.
yeah, with peanuts on there. And I just saw someone do it with M&Ms as well. But oh, those are delicious. I don't, they call them cookies, so I guess they qualify. They also say they're Chinese eaters, and they're probably not from China. But another variation of a cookie that is delicious.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong, man.
Unless you put peppermints.
James doesn't like that.
James doesn't like
but I'm telling you, man, surprisingly tasty. Trust me. We used to. My godmother actually lived next door to me growing up, and I would go to the house and we would bake these cookies, and they actually were very good. But like I said, you can't go wrong with cookies at Christmas time.
delicious.
And cookies on a holiday are really a snack, not like Chex Mix, because cookies is what you pregame with before you get to the big stuff like the cobblers and the pies and things of that nature. And we just put the Chex Mix, so we just put that in the back. Because I mean, who eats Chex Mix?
I'm ignoring that.
Listen, I have a coworker, man. I don't know if this is considered a cookie or not, but I have a coworker. Shout out to my coworker, Aileen. She's from Scotland. She lives here now, and her mom make shortbread, and she gives the shortbread out to us as like little gifts, like in little like nicely wrapped packaging and boxes every Christmas. That stuff you talking about? Tron was talking about Royal Dancing being buttery goodness. This shortbread, oh my gosh! I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite things to have on the holiday. It's so good.
Okay.
And like she gives you a nice healthy portion of it, and like the box is like gone in like a day and a half. I get it, and it's gone. And I don't even want to share it. Shortbread is delicious. So, but in any event, cookies coming in tied for second on our list of the best holiday desserts, and it is tied with another dessert that comes in an array of flavors, kinds, packaging, whatever you want to call it. But what is the holiday without a great cake, right? What is the holiday without a great cake? Now you're making this crazy face. You're telling me that you'd rather have Chex Mix then I don't know. Let's run down all the cakes that got votes from the tribe. I mean, we could talk about pound cake, lemon pound cake, 7-Up pound cake, all delicious. Red velvet cake, German chocolate cake. There was even a vote for a banana pudding cake, which I don't know about that one.
Oh,
I don't know
horrible.
about that one. Like, I like banana pudding, I like cake, but I don't know if I want them combined. Let's see. We had Texas sheet cake, which my aunt makes, and it's delicious. It's a very rich chocolatey cake. I didn't say that right, but it's very, very tasty. But you cannot go wrong with cake. Oh, and what am I talking about? My favorite cake right now, I think my wife would kill me. She made it on Thanksgiving. You eat too much of it, it'll make you tipsy. She makes a butter pecan rum cake that is, I'm telling her she should sell it to people during the holiday season. It's that good. Butter pecan rum cake. It is delicious. And I think James might be able to vouch for it because I think he's been in my house on the holidays and had it before. But yeah.
He mentioned 7-Up cake. He did not mention your wife's rum cake.
Yeah, he did not. He did.
I don't know.
It's literally, 7-Up is literally an ingredient in the cake.
Yeah, I would be all for that, right? Yeah, I'm trying to think because I think I've had like orange crush cake.
Yeah.
From Walmart. I might have had 7-Up as well.
And they sell, like, I bought a 7-Up cake, like, as far as store-bought goes. I've purchased one from Aldi before.
Mm.
And it's actually not bad. I mean, like, it's not holiday quality. Like, some things you can just have, like, in the non-holiday season, and it's like, oh, I can buy it from the store. But I haven't had a good 7-Up pound cake in a while. In a long time. Pineapple upside down cake. I know my wife makes that sometimes during the holiday season. That's a good one. And James said, I need that butter pecan rum cake, by the way. So he knows what's up. He knows it's good. But yeah, man, you can't go wrong with a good cake, man, for the holiday. I just, there's gotta be one. There's gotta be one there. There's gotta be a cake there.
Go ahead.
But like I said, I've used during the holiday season. I usually see more pound cakes. German chocolate cake is one that I see quite a bit of. German chocolate cake is. I've never been a huge fan of like chocolate cake, but German chocolate is kind of the exception. I'll rock with that. I don't see too much red velvet. Somebody voted for red velvet cake, but I don't see too much red velvet cake during the holidays.
That's a good cake. My favorite cake, like, I'm notorious for not liking cake. Why
am I not surprised? You don't like banana pudding. You don't like peach cobbler. Now you're telling me you don't like cake? What's next, man? You don't like air? You don't like breathing? Like, who doesn't like cake, man? Come on.
I do think I'm asthmatic, but that's a whole different thing.
Well, that means you need air.
My body's rejecting it. It's not taking it.
Your body's rejecting cake and air.
Yes. So a couple years ago, when I was still working for Disney, it was my birthday, but I was also out because my wife was having our youngest child. So during our stand-ups, sometimes we would do like, tell us your favorite whatever, right? Could be favorite place to visit, favorite dessert. So they asked, what's your favorite type of cake? So my reply was, cake, gross, hard pass. So little did I know when I returned, the reason why they posed that question was because they were trying to get me a birthday cake. And so they wanted to know what type of cake I wanted for the birthday celebration, and I said hard pass, no cake.
Yeah.
So it kind
Apparently,
of.
apparently James says you don't like cake because you eat too much Chex Mix over the course of your life.
Listen,
That's probably it. Trong said you're a complicated guy.
I'm very
Like,
complicated.
You're
But I love sakatumi cake. I just don't like birthday cake. Keep your vanilla, your yellow, your chocolate. Sakatumi, I know.
Sakatumi cake is good.
It's delicious. It's my favorite type of cake. The
Yeah,
only
it's
cake I really
good,
eat.
but like I said, I mean, I even if chocolate cake is the only cake there, I'll still eat it. Like I'm not chocolate cake is probably my least favorite cake, but not to the point where if there's no cake there, I'm going to just completely reject it. I'm going to eat the cake.
Okay. I'll probably pass.
Go on, bro. Like,
Unless I'm really hungry or really need something sweet. Pass.
man,
Hard pass.
this has been one of the more head scratching episodes of the Go Debate that I think we've had. I mean, wow, no cake, no banana pudding, no peach cobbler, but Chex Mix. Okay, all right,
Delicious.
and apple pie. This guy's gonna live on Chex Mix and apple pie.
I could. I literally could.
I bet you could. All right, so cake, the variety of cake tied with cookies for number 2 on our list of the best holiday desserts. And now, before we get into number 1, we like to talk about snubs. And I don't know. I don't know that we really have one tonight. Maybe you do.
No.
We kind of talked about all the desserts, at least the tribe liked. Except for number 1, which we're going to discuss here momentarily. Oh, I do have a snub, but I'll let you go first. If you have a snub tonight, go ahead and give it to us right now.
No, I everything I enjoy has made the list. I put two different types of cookies on my top 5. So no. What did you have? What did I know you said the tribe didn't really have one.
So, well, the tribe, I would say, so the tribe voted for this dessert. It didn't get a ton of votes, but it actually came in at number 4 on my personal list of desserts. And James just put it in the chat room, and that's pecan pie. Pecan pie is delicious, man.
That could be number 5 for me.
Pecan pie is good. But see, with pecan pie though, it all depends on who makes it.
True.
Like, cause I've had, like you said, you like with apple pie, it's hard to mess that one up. Yeah. Like you really can't go wrong. Like I said,
the crust is the only thing. Sometimes you can't eat the crust, but
yeah, I mean, cause we even say you get apple pie from McDonald's and it's actually decent.
Right.
But pecan pie, I had pecan pie at a work outing, like a work event, and it was like a catered event, and it was bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But growing up, my grandmother's pecan pie was amazing. There's a local spot. I live in Michigan. There's a local spot in Detroit that makes an amazing pecan pie. I don't want to say their name because if I say their name, it'll give away our number 1 dessert because that is in their name. But they make a great pecan pie. In fact, they combine pecan with our number 1 dessert, and it's phenomenal. It's really good, really really good.
Okay.
So pecan pie would probably be my snub. It's a top 5 holiday dessert for me. I'm surprised it didn't get as many votes. It did get some, but it was kind of on the lower end. But surprisingly, nobody in the tribe voted for Chex Mix, man. I wonder why.
They haven't had mine yet, I guess.
Oh, is that it? Okay. Well,
it's legendary.
Ship me some here for the holidays so I can stand corrected and come on a future episode of the Go Debate and say, I had Darius' Chex Mix, it deserves to be in the top 5.
I don't know how it ships, but maybe we could see about that.
Yeah, we can see. But so pecan pie will probably be a snub. But coming in at number 1, it was number 2 on my personal list. Darius had it at number 5, and the tribe unanimously had it as their top dessert for the holiday. And that dessert, ladies and gentlemen, is sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie comes in as the best holiday dessert. I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I probably would go for cake before I go for the pie. But actually it's the holiday, so I'm gonna get a slice of cake and a slice of pie and enjoy both equally. But what I was saying earlier about the pecan pie, sweet potato pie is great. But there's a local spot that I have a shout out in Detroit. It's called Sweet Potato Sensations. This is a place I frequent, I go to all the time, and their claim to fame is they make everything, not everything, but mostly everything with sweet potatoes. So it's kind of like a breakfast brunch spot. So you can get sweet potato waffles, sweet potato pancakes. You can even get sweet potato grits, believe it or not. But I don't know if you're a fan of grits, but they make sweet potato grits.
Just not sweet potato.
Yeah, they taste good, man. But of course, people love they make pies, cakes. They don't just do sweet potato. Yeah, they don't do really sweet potato cakes. They do, German chocolate cake, carrot, different type of cakes. But they make the best sweet potato pies. And they make a sweet potato pecan pie, and it is out of this world, man. It is very, very good. But sweet potato pie is, man. I can't remember a holiday that I've had growing up in my life where sweet potato pie was not made. I would go for holidays. I lived with my maternal grandparents, but then my paternal grandmother literally lived 5 blocks away. So usually holidays would be, one half of the day spent, at home, the other half spent with my paternal grandmother and my aunt and cousins and things like that. And both homes had I got sweet potato pie in both places, and so it's just a delicious dessert. I know people like to doctor it up and eat it with whipped cream on top and different things like that.
Right.
Not me. I want it plain. I just want the sweet potato pie. Sometimes, now sweet potato pie is good cold. That's good cold. If it's really, really like a lot of chill on it, may warm it up a little bit to get some of the chill off. But sweet potato pie is one of the pies that I like to eat cold. It's good. I got a bone to pick with you because on your list you put pumpkin / sweet potato pie as if.
Should I put the sweet potato first? Should have been sweet potato / pumpkin.
First of all, they're not. You put that like that because I think you're trying to imply that they're the same.
They're the same thing. If I was in a taste test and you gave me 50 pumpkin pies and 50 sweet potato pies, you know how many of those I would correctly guess? I don't know. It'd be random because they taste the same.
You do realize that a pumpkin and a sweet potato are not the same, right? You do realize this.
I believe so. I mean, they're both orange.
A pumpkin is big and orange. A sweet potato is,
smaller and orange.
Potato, right.
But they have the same texture. They have the same color. They have the same consistency.
True, but they don't taste the same.
I don't know.
They don't taste the same.
I mean, there's not the sweet potato to me. People when I say people, we talking about black folks, right? Black folks go for the sweet potato, and the white folks go for the pumpkin, right? That's how it is, you know. Generally speaking, and I just don't know the difference outside of what their origins, right? I get their origins, but once they're made into the pie format, to me it's like they're both okay. They're not. I don't see a pumpkin pie. And it's like, oh man, that is way better than sweet potato pie, or vice versa. They're both all right, and they kind of taste similar to me.
And it's funny. I'm looking at some of the stats, and it says, um, sweet potato pie is a traditional dessert that originating in the southern United States. It is often served during the American holiday, season, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas. It says, in place of pumpkin pie, mostly in African American homes. So that's the part that's funny,
Wait,
right?
what?
Like, what do you mean? What?
Wait, would you say that last sentence again?
I said basically it said sweet potato pie is made in place of pumpkin pie, and is a African American tradition or cuisine. That's what it said.
Okay.
And so what I was gonna say was, you bring a pumpkin pie in an African American household, and you might get beat down. You might catch a beat down if you bring a pumpkin pie in. Now listen, so most people are in the holiday spirit. They won't beat you up, but they'll know the difference. I know you guys are saying, you and Tronk are saying this. She supports you on your stance on root pies, that I guess maybe they have similar tastes. But trust me, you bring a pumpkin pie in. If my grandma was living and you brought a pumpkin pie in, she would know.
Listen,
she would know the difference.
Apparently, pumpkin is nuttier and lighter, with a more muted taste, while sweet potato tends to be denser and more redolent flavor of profile. What is redolent? I don't know what this is. What is this? Is weird words, but apparently people are trying hard to make them taste different. Is my point.
Yeah, sweet potato pie is so good. Dates back to the 18th century. The first sweet potato pie recipe appeared in a cookbook in the 18th century. And by the 19th century, it was officially classified as a dessert. So there you go. Sweet potato pie has another one of those desserts that have been around for centuries. It's funny, man. A lot of these desserts, kind of originate in the South. We didn't really talk about any kind of Midwestern or Western or East Coast delicacies, but yeah, man, sweet potato pie is definitely one of the holiday favorites. I definitely feel like it is deserving of the number one spot. I mean, you can make an argument for most of the top five. There's one in particular I would not argue for.
Okay. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh, okay.
You can't see.
We got charts now. Look at us.
Can you see this? Look at this. So sweet potato pie, ripping through the South, Louisiana, Alabama, what is that? Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, prefer sweet potato pie, and then strongly prefers pumpkin pie. Is I guess that's the Midwest, if geography serves me well. Nevada, all the way up to Montana, and then everywhere else prefers pumpkin pie. So it's just the strip through the South that apparently.
I don't believe the accuracy of that chart. Oh, Tron in the chat room. I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but I love these candies. What is it? Ferrera? Oh God, I can't say it. I always jokingly call them Rochelle Farrell candies. Rochelle Farrell is a singer, but
I have to look this up.
Rocher or something. Like like that. The little candies that come in like the gold aluminum like
Right.
that candy. That's delicious. But I don't know if I would classify that as a dessert or more so like a treat. But it is so good. I would probably deem it a dessert over Chex Mix. It's wonderful. Those things are so delicious.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the screen real quick. Let's see if we can see it with our new tools. And I gotta make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
Bam, these bad boys. That's what, for those who are watching on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Yeah, okay. I'll snack on those every now and again. I don't mind that.
Oh man, I love those things. That's a great call. Tron is bringing a lot of value to this episode of the Go Debate. Yeah, they are so good. But yeah, so just to recap for everybody, our top 5 holiday desserts. Number 5 was homemade Chex Mix.
Woo woo! Delicious.
Number 4. Coming in at number 4 was apple pie. We had a tie at number 2 with cake and cookies.
Okay.
And then number 1 on our list was sweet potato pie. Our honorable mentions were peach cobbler and banana pudding. These are our favorite holiday desserts, or this is the list of favorite holiday desserts. Of course, you guys are free to, if you listen to this episode later on the podcast, you of course can come to our Facebook page and comment on your thoughts. What did we miss? What did we get right? What did we get wrong? Chex Mix. And, feel free to provide whatever feedback you have. As I alluded to, we do have a Facebook page. You can follow us at the GOAT Debate Podcast on Facebook. On Instagram and Twitter, we are at GOAT_debate. You can follow us there as well. Of course, you can find the GOAT Debate Podcast on just about all of your podcasting platforms. We're pretty much everywhere. And next week, we're going to have another exciting holiday-centered episode of the GOAT Debate. So stay tuned. We'll post probably maybe this weekend or early next week the topic so that the tribe can begin sending in their votes. But it's going to be interesting. I think next week we're going to go with I'll give the guys a hint, since for those that are listening and those that are watching, best holiday movie.
Ooh.
I think is where we're going to go next week on episode 28 of the Go Debate Podcast. But before we sign off, Darius, do you have any parting shots?
Just some teasers. You mentioned next week will be 28, episode 28. We'll be wrapping this season up pretty shortly. So we're gonna take the show on hiatus, but I have to have something to do, Stokes. I got to have something to do. I'm a busybody, Stokes. I can't just go home and take a nap and chase the kids around. We got a replacement coming. Wow. There's a hiatus. There's a replacement coming in. I'm excited.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the in the coming weeks. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be fun. It's not a podcast, so I think it's gonna be something different. You probably have not seen very much of in the kind of social, I guess social networking, online space.
The social networking.
So yeah, so social, yes, plug social network. So it'll be something fun and exciting, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in the coming weeks. But be on the lookout for that news as it comes. So next week, get ready. Best holiday movies will be on deck. Again, now that you guys know, if you're in the chat room, if you want to come to the Go Debate Podcast Facebook page, you can throw up your votes now. We can get it cracking now. That one's going to be interesting, man. That one's going to be.
There's only one right answer.
That's a good teaser. We're gonna leave it at that. There's only one right answer. With that, we're gonna thank you guys for listening to episode 27 of the GOAT Debate. We will see you guys next week